Hey, how you doing? My name is Ryan Norman. I'm currently a high school special ed teacher. I teach self-contained social studies. That's my only self-contained class, and I do inclusion English 9, inclusion English 10, English 12, inclusion. Also do inclusion algebra 1. So I'm pretty much all over the place as far as inclusion and teaching my own self-contained class. But to answer the first question, what is the special education teacher role in supporting learning, improving planning and practice, and upholding professional expectations and ethics, and collaboratively advancing the profession? So I would say, as far as collaboratively advancing the profession, um, with me, I always try to look up different instruction techniques to help, especially my self-contained students, just to see um, where I could improve on teaching them social studies, basically. As far as planning and supporting learning, basically, when I get a student on my caseload, I go through all his files, go through his IEP, go through his BIP. I have a lot of those because I'm at a Title One alternative school, so I have a lot of BIPs. So basically, I go through all that stuff and I clip stuff and put it on one Word document. I call it at a glance IEP, and I send it to whatever schedule that student have. I send it to all his gen ed teachers. I'm sorry. Send it to all his gen ed teachers, and basically, because I know gen ed teachers, they have a lot on their plate as far as making lesson plans, especially now with trying to maintain a classroom on Zoom with some districts, because it's a lot trying to teach more than 15 students on Zoom. So basically, what I do is I clip all the important stuff from the IEP, diagnosis, goals, services, and just put it on one Word document, and I send it to the gen ed teachers so they can get an idea, so they don't have to read the whole IEP, and just get an idea of what the student, who is the student, and what services and goals will they be working on to achieve their goals in their IEP. Upholding professional expectations and ethics. I always try to review our um, staff handbook just to make sure that I'm doing my job as a teacher in the community. What depositions that you currently possess will help you become a successful teacher? I would say the second one, educators should be sensitive to individual learning and social needs of students and embrace the cultural diversity of the community. Um, Pretty much 60% of my school is African American. So, seeing me, I'm an African American male. I always try to look at things from everyone's point of view and go from there pretty much. What depositions do you need to work on before enter the classroom as first year teacher? This is currently my third year teaching, pretty much. So when I first started, I would say that I thought that all students, sh- well, did set expectations by themselves, and I believe that they can, but um, I click undecided on mine because some students will, some students won't. I believe as a special ed teacher slash case manager, I believe that we should give our students a little guidance on helping them do stuff like that. What effect could personal biases have on the expectations that teachers have for their students? How could these biases affect their relationship with students and their families? Um, so I'll just give you an example of that. At a co-teacher that I was their inclusion teacher for last year, and we had a new student who's special ed. He was on my caseload. Um, he came in the classroom, and his appearance was not the normal that you would see. He had some hygiene issues. Clothes were unclean, things of that nature. And the co-teacher expected that student to be below average IQ, how to say that. And their personal bias against that student was completely wrong because the student was one of the smartest students that we had in that subject. And I believe that that personal bias that that teacher had against that student really hindered the potential relationship they could have developed, because I think if the co-teacher took the chance to get to know the student more and figure out that this student really loved this subject and would excel much more if they had a positive relationship, then I think it would have been a lot better. And um, the student did recognize the personal bias that the teacher had against them, so it did affect their relationship. But what I try to do, I try to look at everyone the same. Everyone is equal, and that's just how I look at it. Yeah, but those are the three questions. This assignment was pretty helpful. It was pretty good for me as far as the self-assessment survey. Um, really gave me some insight on a lot of stuff. So, sorry this video went over 5 minutes, but thank you.